Hey guys, what is up? Aiden here from Rangers Place. How the fuck are y'all doing? If y'all want to know how I'm doing, I am doing absolutely fantastic after that Rangers W over the San Jose Sharks. 1-0. The only goal of the game belonging to Ryan Strome, which was scored early on in the first period, actually. I wasn't home for the goal. I heard it over the radio on my way home from school. But yeah, it was a very, very tight matchup. Post being hit. Great saves by Shesterkin, Georgiev, and Aiden Hill in net. As I say, Georgiev and Shesterkin. Shesterkin at the towards the end of the game, he suffered an injury, lower body injury. They said it was a minor injury, but it looks like Georgiev will be in net tomorrow against or today, as I should say, against the Blackhawks. That game starts 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We're gonna break down a little bit of the, just my thoughts of the game because there's just really nothing else to do. I don't have the statistics today. I think everyone, pretty much could tell because I didn't really start with that, intro. What do I think? What did I think of the game? I think the game was great. I think both teams, really played great game. I think San Jose, They started the season off really well. Everything is clicking for them. Timo Meyer's leading that team in points with, I believe, 24 is the last time I checked. Their goaltending has been steady, and both of them have been studs. Aiden Hill really showed it tonight, nearly putting up a shutout against the Rangers. James Reimer, who was not in net tonight, I really thought, if you guys follow me on the wiki, then you probably would have saw my pregame notes. I thought James Reimer would have been starting in net for the San Jose Sharks, as he's been one of the better of the two. But surprisingly, he caught with the illness, which I didn't see or hear about before the game until I saw that on a notification from Twitter that they were doing that. So yeah, goalies played great. Igor was in originally. He suffered that minor lower body injury that I was just talking about, which looked scary. I really thought that somebody fell on him. Then you watch the replay, and then he didn't really have too much contact. It's like that injury he suffered last season in New Jersey, where he stretched his leg a little too far, and I believe he screwed up his groin. But I think he probably pulled something, and he pulled a muscle or some shit that really put him out and really hurt him. He's one of the best goalies, and it's thankful that we, at least know that it's not as big as it looked, because if it was as big as it looked, then that really could have fucking sucked for the Rangers. Georgiev has not been great, but, with, in his tenure with the Rangers tonight, after, Igor went off, you saw his reaction when he was going to the dressing room. He hit the freaking stanchion, so, he's pretty mad about, getting pulled, from contention due to that injury, but Georgiev, he made a great couple saves. When he got in net, they really didn't start with pressure until they got, 5 minutes in. They started hitting shots and shots and shots like Georgiev. He made that huge save that, was the on MSG, the save of the game. But, yeah, he looks better. I think he looked way more confident, way more comfortable, more in net there. Just ask yourselves about that. But getting back to it, I think everything was clicking tonight. I think one of the only things that really wasn't was defense throughout the second and, the start of the third period. You saw a couple Sharks get a couple breakaways, like Kevin LeBanc, where he had that huge chance to really tie the game, but he missed wide on Shesterkin, and then Timo Meyer getting that breakaway by the Rangers really, really does not look good. Fox went up to get it, and then, as I learned from the... As I learned, as a defenseman, you're supposed to let them make the first move. So, really wasn't really good at Fox. But, Fox got one of the only assists on the Strom goal on the power play. So, I guess that's something. But they played a great game. I think the best defenseman tonight, I'm going to say Adam Fox, but honorable mention to Jacob Trouba. And I think Trouba has been playing great. I think everything has been going good for him lately. So, really, it's going to be, a lot more to watch him. I think under, the system of Gerard Gallant, versus David Quinn, he's really got, time to develop, time to really process, what being a New York Ranger is, really what that contract he signed to really gives him. You know, it gives him a lot of mobility and it gives him a lot of strength. And that's why we signed him to an $8 million fucking deal, because he's strong. He can play defensively. He played great tonight, but I think it was, the goalie show tonight. Aiden Hill. If you didn't see the game, then what were you doing? I mean, these guys were putting on shows. I mean, if you didn't see the pad saves he was making, the cross crease ones, my God, I'm a goalie myself, and I'm like, what the fuck? So that was a outstanding performance by them, and that, as I talked about it just now, that save by Georgiev at the end, they got the Volvo save of the game. Great. So the Rangers, this is gonna be a short episode. I'm tired as shit, and I want to go to bed. But the Rangers will be playing again today against the Chicago Blackhawks, and it looks like Georgiev will be in net. But before we end it here, we should talk about the goalie situation with Shesterkin being out maybe for a bit due to that minor injury. He might be out for 1 or 2. And it begs the question: who's going to be called up to be the backup or to be the starter? Say Georgiev isn't going to be in. I've seen Adam Huska. He's been putting up a decent record in the AHL with over 924 save percentage and a 2-1-1 record, I think. What was the last time I saw him? I don't know, but yeah, he's been playing great. Or Keith Kincaid, guy's been playing great down there in the AHL. So, a lot to do. I think Adam Huska, I've seen him, with the Rangers past couple of years from the preseason and some prospect tournaments. But I think he's the guy to give a shot to. I mean, he's been one of our best, goalie prospects right now that could, really make a change. In our other guys like Dylan Garand or Tyler Wall, they're not ready to come up yet. So I don't think that it's something to worry about right now. Igor should be back next game. After the game today that will take place in NMSG for the back-to-back. He should be back soon and stronger than ever. So that'll wrap it up today for Rangers Place. I'm sorry that if this video is short. There was just not a lot of action tonight. It was a great action-packed game. But, there was not a lot of goals and really not a lot to talk about. I'm not going to say, well, they had a lot of shots. They had this, they had that. Goalies played amazing. I already said that. You guys heard that. So I'll let you guys have a go on. Just know I'm Aiden here from Rangers Place. Go follow my Instagram. I will leave it in the description below. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.